Oh, sorry. Um, oh, cough again. I'm doing good this morning. Bam, hit go and start coughing. All right. So Wednesday morning, we're seeing a little. I want to say little, but it's not that little. A little bit of a reversal happening in the end there, right? We had that deterioration coming, and then bam, up 175, and you're seeing over here again, same thing, pound up 145, 2 big days there. At the same time, we are seeing dollar strength roll back in. We mentioned that yesterday, the way that the market had looked like with all the weakness, that we would see strength coming in. You're seeing both the euro and the pound down, 66.50 respectively. Obviously, this one up big. Dollar Swiss up 21 from when we were yesterday. Dollar CAD up 35, not tons actually. Aussie dollar down 41, decent there. And then we're seeing some pound strength kind of roll back in. This morning. Unemployment claims lower than expected, not bad. Durable goods coming in basically flat, and then obviously the core durable number was expected to be bad, actually came in up a little bit worse. So we're going to see a little bit of a retracing back in the last 15, 30 minutes as far as that one goes, because again, it was, yeah, you sit here, durable goods falls more than expected. Um, it was already expected to be down, but again, is that substantially more? Yeah, yeah. So yeah, it is what it is. We're gonna get revised University of Michigan consumer sentiment coming in. Difference between 61.1 and 60, not much. Even if it goes down to a 59, not super different there. Macklin speaking actually could provide some opportunity. The text of speech is due to release at this time. Speaking of the Chamber of Commerce, so could potentially, right, could potentially cause some issues for us. Um, we'll see. We'll see. It may make things a little bit weird. Sorry, trying to figure out like I'm like trying to like swallow. I'm like, you know, it's there. It's like what's causing it. Ugh. Sorry. Um. Trying to figure out it's like like how bad it's coming. It's like anyway. So yeah, Macklem could provide some opportunity for us. Trying to figure out if I need to grab like a cough drop or something. Um. All right. So that's what we got today. Obviously, tomorrow, I doubt you're trading tomorrow. But if you are trying to, get into something tomorrow morning, there's not expected to be too much differences. Nothing looks like it's popping. There's a few 48s in there. Pound services 49.5. So there's a potential that one could be popping a little bit. Um, that's about the closest one that we have that goes. Could the euro here or the Germany go over a little bit close, which could be potentially good for the euro pound, but again, it'll be extremely low volume tomorrow. Besides that, headline wise, not too much, right? Um, Saudis are pissed about again. Saudis agitated over output levels. Again, they're a little annoyed about that one. Meeting to go ahead on Sunday is planned. Okay. And then a couple minutes later, meeting scheduled for the week has been delayed. Or for the weekend has been delayed. Okay, so kind of funny. At first they said, hey, it's gonna go ahead, and then 5 minutes later, like, you know what? We're gonna delay it. So yeah, so we'll see. Besides that, not really tons out there, right? Gonna be a little bit weird today. Right? Melissa's sending me my Sam's Club list. Because like I wasn't gonna buy pies on Saturday, right? Right. So I was like, I'll buy them the day before, right? They'll have to restock by then, right? Nothing like going last minute. Get some rolls so they're not stale, stuff like that. She's like, it's gonna be wild. I'm like, wild is my middle name. Okay. So yeah, let's just dive into charts right now. We don't need to start with the Russell. Let's start over here. Seeing a little craziness right here, right at 10:30. A little volatility spike, and again, it looks a little bit weird. And then again, it more or less deteriorated down. We had that 2 o'clock window, and then it started to push back up again. Not much movement in the overnight over there. As far as the dollar goes, again, you're seeing a again 8:30. What is 8:30 doing in here? Probably the unemployment claims more than anything else. These were expected to be bad. again, showing that it's not horrible. But you can see from yesterday, right? Um, where is it? Where are we at here? Right here. We saw push down, push down, push down, push down. It's actually Wednesday. Sorry, my bad. Right here. Right. You continue to go up, 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 up. 2 o'clock kind of came out, and then it just continued. So, interestingly enough, from 10:30 yesterday morning, we saw all that weakness in the overnight. It's like, hey, is it coming? And it did. It kind of went down. The statement came out, and we continued to push all the way back up. And we mentioned yesterday that 104 is a big thing. We were playing with that 103 number down here, and now what did we do? We went up and actually at 9:30 this morning, we tagged 104, and we're seeing a little bit of a pullback. Again, not a bad spot. Again, this nice little surge up, is it justified? Not really. I mean, it's fine where it is. Eh, will it tear back down today? Probably a little bit. I don't think there's any reason for it not to. Oh, by the way, again, thank you. Now that we're on here, again, I got a couple notifications. Another one just came through a little while ago. Thank you for doing the follow. Whoops, for this. Right. Thank you for the follow. We still need to get over 10, so there's still more of you that need to do it for me. You don't have to be a paid member to do the follow. But we're trying to get this above 10 so we can go over and start broadcasting through TradingView as well, just to make it easier. And then I can actually share things directly from TradingView once we get to that stage, which is nice. And again, you guys know my feeling on TradingView. I absolutely hated TradingView in the beginning, and then they keep adding more and more features. And now that I've been using it for, I don't know, I think we've used it for the last year, 2 years now. I'm pretty used to it now. I've never really focused much on this piece at all, right? I was just using it as a platform, but there is some things that they have that are currently in beta testing, and new things that are coming out, which actually will benefit us by actually trying to actually increase this up there. As well as I can start making posts and things like that. There are different things that I can publish on charts. That again, I've looked at it for a while, and it's like, yeah, that would be kind of a cool function. But the nice thing is, if I am publishing things and you are a follower, you'll get notification of new publishes as well. So for some reason, if you can't make chart school and we have things that we like and we want to publish, you'll actually get notifications of it, which is kind of a cool function. So kind of one of the reasons why I wanted to ask you guys to kind of start following it a bit. So dollar, I wouldn't be surprised if it pulls back. All the indices currently right now inside of the green. Overall, I think that's the right move right now. I mean, again, having unemployment claims down mean people are not really necessarily losing their jobs, which is a good thing. We're seeing the dollar kind of rise up, and overall, this is good. We've had some earnings misses, right? Right now, the markets have been kind of focused on what does it look like interest rate wise. But the fact that we're starting to kind of talk about earnings, and we're talking about unemployment coming down, we're not looking at recession like the UK is. These are all good things. So again, the market up today, not bad. And historically, there's actually an article this morning I read. They said historically, typically in Thanksgiving week, um, that's what we see. So yeah, we tend to see it. The market tends to be more bullish. I don't know if it's because of the goodwill that everybody has, or what. So um, yeah, yeah. So not surprised. Russell again up the most right now, up 1%. Um, crude, crude down 4% today, below that 75 mark. I love it. There's an article I saw yesterday. They're like, oh, we're oil's at gasoline prices were at 7 week low, or five week lows, or whatever it was. And I was like, nah, they were lower last week than they were this week for me at least. But again, below 75, I think is great. And again, that's probably why Saudi Arabia is a little pissed off right now. Again, there's been a lot of volatility there. Again, OPEC, yes, they are in it to make money, but remember, really, at the end of the day, they're there to make money. But they talk about the reason why they change output and demand and things like that is because of trying to stabilize price. We've been up into like the almost 90s, and then we've been down into the low 70s. That's a pretty volatile. If a stock moved that much percentage wise, I mean, that's almost, and I say almost because it's not at 100. We're talking about basically a $20 range. So like a 20% bounce back and forth in a year. That's a lot. That's a lot. If stocks bounced around 20% a year like oil did, man, people will be like, it's so volatile. Don't do this. This is bad. Um, so yeah, yeah. Natural gas. Natural gas up a little bit, 286. We talked yesterday about that. Really, 285 is kind of where we see the median price being. It's up 0.5%, but I don't think it really can go much more out of there. Again, maybe we drop some snow. I can tell you, Maryland for the last 24 hours, it looks like it's finally stopped. But for the last 24 hours, it's been pretty nasty with rain. I'm like, thank God it's not, 30 degrees or 20 degrees colder. This would be like 8 inches of snow. Again, the temperatures are not there, but Yeah. Yeah. Um, gold playing again with 2001 silver. Again, I think right now they're not doing anything, right? Typically, silver will be double what gold is, and that's a true day. Gold is up 0.19, point 0.2, and silver is up 0.25 or 0.23 right now. So almost exactly the same. I think gold slightly high being over 2000, right? We're 2001, almost 2002. Silver's at 2377. So I think silver's in kind of more of that better area ish for where it should be. Um, so yeah, not a bad spot. Um, we'll see what happens if the dollar continues to kind of push back again. If really gold and silver are affected by it, and it should, it should. So we'll see. Aussie dollar. There we go. There we go. All right. So what you can see here, what happens? Um, right here, here's where the news came out. Again, it kind of stabilized, was finding buyers, and we just kind of skirted sideways through it. We pushed down, and then this morning, Europeans took it up, and then in time for the news, they took it back down again, right? And it's kind of one of those. It's funny. It's like, yep, dollar week, dollar week, dollar week, dollar week. Dollar news comes out, straight back down to that same level. We can bring this across, and you can see, yeah, playing with that 23.6 level, playing with it again. Most likely has the ability to go a little bit lower. Let's put this on a 30-minute. Sorry. Um, so, and all it did is actually, I mean, you can see it. It's very, very clear. I don't really need to mark it off for you guys. You've been here long enough. Pushed it up, was basing in there. Red, green, red actually was right there with that confirmation, and then pulled up just before 8:30, before the news came out, and then boom, slammed it down. And again, it was a 30 pip move to the downside. I think overall, what was it? Was it? I think it should have been right around 10. Oh, actually, it's less than 10. Sorry, my bad. 7.5, 7.5. And then just slammed it right back down where it should have. So, I mean, really, the trade is just done right now from news. There's not much to say about it. Where we go today, I think overall, that data was positive. The dollar will pull back a little bit as people are taking some profit from it. But overall, was the data bad for the dollar? No, not really. I mean, Powell's message yesterday that they are proceeding cautiously. I don't think it really. I don't think it was really anything. Let's see. Is there? I'm sure somebody's talking about it. A dinner for Bullock. Nah, you can see there's not even really much in there, right? Um, Again, Pal's message, the proceeding cautiously. It's what we kind of expected. I don't think it really gave us. I mean, in all honesty, I don't think it really gave us any certainty one way or the other about what's going to happen next. It was just that standardized message that a lot of people say that it's like, "Yep, here's our message," but we don't really know much. Um, Overall, I wouldn't be surprised if we see the dollar kind of mediate today. Um, I think we're still really, really high on the curve. We've been down here twice before. We found these buyers. It is backstopped by a little bit, but I think at this point we're looking for this to continue to roll. Um, Obviously today it's definitely lower volume. The market is open, but people are traveling already. People are working half days. There's obviously less people all week. There's always that positive nature. The unemployment, data just came in, and it was good, better than expected. So is there any real big reason today that you should be just starting to short the dollar? No, I don't think so. Um, if anything, I think maybe a little bit more dollar strength coming in. But I don't think we're going to have massive movements today. Maybe, I mean, the possibility's there because of the low volume. But again, there's a level sitting right here. If you take this last push, and again, fibs, I know bottom to top, but there was definitely obviously a trend change here. If you take the low here up to the high here, you can see right around the same level, right? Right around this again, rally, it went sideways and then popped out of it again. You can see that there's a level sitting right there. So it's kind of backstopped. So not surprised finding the buyers. I just think where this one is right now, it's a little bit pinched. Always hard to get into a trade as soon as we got out. And it literally just got out within the last half hour. So um, always a little bit rough right there, right? Um, but if we do push down, could we have a reversal off here? Sure. I think so. We don't know where, the rest of the day's movement is going to be for the most part. But I would say again, great selling level again, not so much. Great selling level, not so much. Good selling level up here, yeah, but that's a lot of movement. I don't think we're going to get that much movement today. That's 75 pips. That's over a day's worth of movement to get up there. And again, there's nothing. I mean, the Aussie market's open. I don't think we're going to get too much more. And again, we're at the 50% level. So again, kind of no man's land sitting here in the middle. Again, if we push down, you could potentially take a reversal back up again. I think using either of these two zones is probably decent. Also, again, We mentioned it yesterday. There's a lot going on up here. We can see we hit it, we push back down again. We drove in it again and kind of push back lower. Um, Same thing. If we see the also weakness come in versus that versus the dollar, we may also see it versus the yen. Again, we have a lot of weakness going on right now with the yen across the board, but it's starting to put up a little bit of a fight. We knew it was going to be there somewhere, but this is where the level actually was, and you can see it's already hit it twice. Um, Way you can play this one right now is we do have kind of a very, very sloppy red, green, red. But once it's punched above, it's out. So right now we have a red, but or a green, and a red went down, and the red's not, or the green's not quite there. So really, to talk about an uptrend, it's got to be breaking through the top, and you know, vice versa. We have a red, we have a green that's nowhere close to the top, and if this one starts to paint red, we could travel back down again and potentially down into this area. So I mean, there's you know, there's some about 40, 50 pips to run back to the downside. So overall, again, are we going to get a lot of help from Yan today? I'd almost, to be honest with you, kind of because we've already hit it twice here, and there's a little front right here. I kind of like this to drive forward and kind of maybe come grab this one and then play the reversal. You need about 38 pips to get there. It's got a 31 pip ATR on the 4 hour. So it's got about 4 hours worth of movement before it gets there. 4 hours puts us at 2 o'clock on Thanksgiving Wednesday. Is there going to be a lot of people in the market? Uh, yeah, I don't know about that one. Yeah, I kind of like I kind of like the bounce here better. Not that you couldn't take it, and again, we are kind of forming a Harry Potter. It's not the cleanest of Harry Potters, but again, if you're looking at an area like this and saying, "Hey, listen, we're basing in here, Brian. We popped out, we came in, we're basing again, we're eating up all those buyers," you would not be wrong. There's a little hiccup here, but it's close. Maybe again, if we're using this as a base, if we punch down to here and then turn, maybe you could take this as a short. I actually like Aussie for more of a short than a long right now, even with gold doing what it's doing. A 1 to 3 is only right there. There's 2.9, 305. So it's kind of where the profit target is, but it's small. I mean, you're talking for 9 for 28, right? You could probably round it to 10 to 30 if you really wanted to. So um, it's not bad. It's okay. Oh no, my mom's panicked because it's like 24 hours. All right. Thanks, Kip. Okay. So now he's playing hockey. He just literally body checked my door and opened it. Great. Euro dollar. All right, so euro dollar. We talked about a reversal back again, and we talked about 2 o'clock, and then nope, the market wasn't fooled. From 8:30, we just continued to push lower and lower and lower and lower. Again, yesterday we knew we were, actually, I guess late last. Let's see, Tuesday, super early. Yeah, it just continued to push, and we were kind of looking for a pop and then a drop, and it just continued to drop down. Jay, could you shut my door, please? Is Bud's not out of here? Yeah, okay. Can you shut the door, please? Thank you. You're the best. You're the best. Um, right now, I would say that the two big areas we're looking for is up top here, and then obviously we have buyers down below. Again, nice push down. This one kind of did something similar. I'll remove this so you guys can see it. There's all the basing in there. I mean, pretty easy that you'd say, hey, listen, there's the basing, all right? And what did it do? It pulled back. It pulled back. You'd have to bring it to kind of there. You may or may not have gotten this one, but same thing. It looks just like the Aussie dollar position. We pulled up right before news, and then 8:30 drove it straight down. Right now, we're kind of at the 50% mark, maybe a little bit past, maybe kind of at the 61. You're not going to use anything over here. This is not a decent level. There's no pops, nothing clean. Um, so, eh, overall, I think you need to wait to 109.65 and 10. Here, let's change this to 65. And then same thing. We have a Harry Potter set here. Again, if you wanted to set, we have an alert set when it breaks through the bottom. You may want to look at this and see if the alert pops on the top side. Change the alert around. It's got about 40 pips to go. It's got a 4 hour ATR of 25, 24.8. So it's actually a lot of movement. Will we get that much this afternoon? I don't really know. I don't, is it possible? Yes. Is it probable? Not so much, right? Um, And I wish there was a good setup. I want there to be a good setup on this one, but there's not. All right. All right. You're a pound. There's where we were looking at. Again, we drew this kind of yesterday. We missed it by a little bit. I had it at 6, so I obviously drew it wrong. So it should have been at 8:30, not at 6. So my bad. Can I change this to 8:30? No, I guess I can't. I'm trying to figure it out. I was like, no, I can't. I missed it by a little bit. But anyway, we talked about it rallying back up again. And that's what our goal was. It's coming back up. It turned exactly where it should have. Not really a great level, but we can remove this now and let's readjust this again. Yesterday I talked about it. You can see 2 hits through, and again, 1, 2, 3. Hit number 4 broke through at 11 o'clock yesterday, so it continued to fall. The red green, again, we had that on there. Let me lose it. We said if we were able to get a confirmation trade off of this one, you could potentially do it. And again, there wasn't a lot of room to run. Well, here's the potential. Here's why we talk about getting those confirmations and the color changes. Right there's your green. Right, the green came to there. Right, here's the red. Did the red go below? Nope. But then what happened on the next one? The green came up and it failed. Okay, it failed. So it was not a green, red, green. The confirmation never went in, so there was no trigger pulled. But there's your red. There's your green. It did not go above. And there's your red close. The red close went well below where the green did. Right? It actually went all the way down here to signify a trend reverse or a trend continuation. So we got it. It pushed all the way down and it kind of went where it pushed. At this point, again, we were kind of playing with the old 61.8. We can run new fibs on it because, again, obviously different trend, right? Uptrend, downtrend. So we can kind of change the trend around and look to see if there's anything that kind of stands out. Again, there's the old level here that we talked about yesterday. If anything, I'd say, whoops, that's not what I want to do. I was like, where the heck did the line go? There's probably a zone sitting right in here. And when I say probably, I stretch this out a little bit. And when I say stretched, it's 4.7 pips. So is it, um, yeah. Um, so, if we can rally back up to there, I think it's probably decent short. Not bad. But again, just keep it in context. It looks like it's a really big move. It's 20 pips. Um, um, Euro yen. All right. So euro yen wise, okay, we're pulling back up. There's an area over there. It was very easy to see. We talked about the bottom yesterday and being right around the 50. There's your basing. You can see it came in, just missed it by a little bit. But again, European session rollover. Got pushed back up. It's the same pattern we're seeing with all the yen pairs. At this point, with the big surge up again, I wouldn't be surprised if it pulls back a little bit. There's plenty of news in the next 2 days. And again, if you're going to play anything over the next 2 days, if you're going to trade on Thanksgiving, it's not that you can't. Obviously, there's just less U.S. influence. Euro yen is really a great one to be able to play. I would say that Euro yen again will have a little bit less volatility than the pound yen, but it's actually a good one to trade. Not as much. Again, you don't have that same type of influence, but The problem is most of it is inside of the European market. After the European market, it gets kind of thin, right? But right now, again, when I take this, it's already hit twice, kind of been front run. It's okay. It's not a bad spot if we can punch up one more time. If you're not, if you don't like the fact that it's already been hit here and kind of another little turn here, there is one more hiccup up here at the 61.8. Um, and it's here again. And if you really want to play this one more strict and say, okay, well, it's already kind of front run here and front run here. So yes, there are sellers, but this would technically be hit number three off there. Then go higher, right? Use the level, use this one right here then if you really want the 163. Um, Sorry, I apologize, guys. Um, yeah, yeah. So I like this one short as far as the setup goes. Again, you can take it either. It's already kind of left, so it's going to be a little bit harder. But this release here, their manufacturing may be decent. The year-over-year inflation is not going to be much. And then again, business climate. Again, you know what's going on in the next couple of days in the European Union. So there is going to be some opportunity here. Otherwise, if we do push all the way back down, 160.80 is where we're looking to go long. Pound dollar, look at that one. Now, pound dollar, we were looking for it to really be up here. It ended up going right through the statement with nothing. It's weird. The pound yen or the pound dollar has been very, very flat. It really liked the data this morning, though, right? It's funny. It started a little bit before, but the red, green, red, it was confirmed with the 8:30 window, and this is kind of a big push. Just from when the news came out, that's about 70 pips. It's got a 92 pip daily ATR. Is this data? Is this data a day's worth of difference? Not really. Not really, but it looks like it just hung up here so long. It was like, "Oh, please just give us something." And then, once it got something halfway decent, it just took off. And again, you could have, we were sitting right here yesterday, so we didn't know where the top was, but once we got kind of that confirmation top in there, you can kind of see, there's the wicks right there. There's what we came into, that 7:30 time frame. Now we are again, for all intents and purposes, though, we are coming back to an area right now where there is basing. It is the 23.6, so people will be looking to, take some profit at this level. Is the pound in a better place in the US? Absolutely not. So, um, backstop too. 37. Good thing we didn't get more of a base here. Ugh, I wish that wasn't there. I wish this was a clear run. I actually like this zone for a little Harry Potter trade, but it did push it to the end. Wondering if we get. It'd be nice if we got a base in there, but if we went down and actually grabbed this level and then pushed back up, I think I'd wait for the entry here. I think I'd go if we just go straight down. It's not going to be that surprising. I think this will give us a little hiccup. If it's going to bounce again, I'd like to see the slow down the base where it's like kind of running out of steam a little bit. Um, I feel like this is going to do one, two things. I feel like it's going to do this, or it's going to sit here and it's going to come back up and grab this level and then push down. I feel like those are going to be the two options because there's this. Can I shrink it on 15? Yeah. I feel like that's our two options. So let's see if we can start getting a base here. We'll know rather soon, right? It's 10:06, so we're getting close to that reversal. Um, yeah, we'll see. I like either of these two. I think they're both decent setups. Way again, if you want to kind of play this one, you could also throw yourself an alert right there and say, okay, let me know when it goes through. Right? Actually, you could set two alerts. You could set an alert here, or you could set an alert up top. You could kind of almost like double this and say, okay, I want to know. I want to know what happens first. Let me know if it breaks first or if it comes back up and pulls back up first. And I think either one of them probably works just fine. Pound yen. So it looks like pound yen actually at 4 o'clock this morning. We touched the level. We talked about this one. I don't. It looks like it's done. Yeah, it's out. 15 for 50. Right. Again, it was a nice little confirmed level with very, very strong push out of it. It was a little bit deep. We didn't have the 6 to 1 8. We talked about that yesterday, but very, very strong level. So again, there's 50 in the overnight. Pretty simple. Um, nice little. I mean, again, nice little level. Super strong push. Um, so yeah, yeah, this actually got blown through. I thought this would actually. Well, I guess it did hit it. It hit it here. It hit it here. So this is technically the third hit. So I thought we'd get a little bit more of a push on that. Let's see. Probably going to be some problems right here if you're short pound yen. 70, 50. This services data has the ability to screw this one up. Kind of wonder if we came back up for news. Right? If we came up for news and we punched it, 74 pips. Um, half wondering. Again, we're gonna need some help from the end on this one. So let's. This is not like a put it on now and like set and forget type thing. But we have a level down here, punched up. Not a bad spot. And again, they're not showing it here, but and here's why. Here's what I'm thinking. Right. Let's see. Actually, does it also help us here? All right, so here's why. Basing level, nice push off at the 50, right? The 50 is bisecting right through. And the reason why I'm looking at this right now is on Thursday morning, right? Super early. And again, maybe you can put this on tonight and not have to worry about waking up early for it. What's the risk on it? The risk I don't think is that bad. Probably like 20. Yeah, 19. Here's why. This is a 95.4. It's expected to not be much different. If it comes in at the same, again, the market's already factored in for it, but it's an area where we've seen buyers and it's a 50% retracement level. Being this close, and if you look at this one, you can see that it was 93 and there was a big drop, and then like, oh, just kidding, it wasn't that bad. And then this time it's expected to go up slightly, and then the actual was down just a little bit of a smidge, and then this time they're expecting to go higher again. And data overall we've seen has not been bad. If this punches, and again, is there a difference between 49.5 and 49.2? No, not really. But we're point 0.5 away. By some chance, if there, again, there has definitely been surprises in the last 30 days. If this breaks 50, and again, if you look at this, right, above 50. So if it's 50 or 50.1, that shows there's industry expansion, which is great for the pound, right? Not that they're going to raise rates anymore, but it's great for the pound. It brings pound strength, right? Shows they're coming out of a recession. That leads us into an upward move inside of the pound yen. If we can be sitting here, again, buyers, nice strong push, 50% retracement level, kind of sitting in the middle right now. So if we deteriorate down, and again, I don't know, 10 o'clock tonight, if you're sitting like right here, you're going to bed and it's all the way down here, you may even be able to take this one a little bit early. So not a bad little position. I would definitely keep this on my radar for tomorrow. And it would look something, it'd be this one. It would look something like this. And again, this is like stacking the, I mean, it's all odds. Again, we don't have $1 billion. You're not manipulating the market with your, size funds. Again, neither am I. Right? If I had $1 billion, then yeah, I would manipulate the banks. I would manipulate the market, like just like the banks, but I don't. But that's not bad. It's 20 for 60. You wake up Thanksgiving morning with a 60 pip profit. That's not bad. And like you said, you're stacking a lot of odds. This pattern's fine. Nice strong push out of there coming from in a midnight rally. That's pretty decent. It pulls back down again, so it's retracing the profits 50%. It's not bad. Now we're up here. Obviously, it doesn't matter. We still could get the data, but we're trying to get everything kind of lumped on there. So potential watch list trade for the next 24 hours. Dollar CAD. So dollar CAD. At dollar CAD's loving it. We talked about up. It kind of went up and it reset itself. Again, the Europeans did it. There's the 3 o'clock window. What do the Europeans do? No, that's reload. Reload. Go back down. Right. If you want to buy something, you always put it on sale first. So they put it on sale, came back up, and then 8:30 took off. Not surprised. We called for this to go higher. It did. It did. And again, if you had traded it from what is it, 10:30 yesterday, we talked about reversal. It's obviously I'm not even going to draw it. It's well past the 1 to 3, just for FYI. So let's take that off. Let's take this off now. We're talking about where we go. We're probably in an area we're going to see some profit taking come in. I'll just grab that. I mean, here I'll just copy this one. That's where we have the most recent confirmed profit taking coming in. We're pushing there now. It's 10:13. This is where reversals come in. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. 10:30 is the most common reversal time of the morning. And again, from 5:30 this morning, it's been straight up. Um, Everybody that got long, they're going to be looking to take profit. So yeah, wouldn't be surprised if this one turns and rolls. Again, oil is not helping. Oil's down to 74 right now. So again, that's probably why we're seeing this continued surge. But there's going to be profit taking coming in. This has been a big rally forward. It's about 68 pips. It's got a 76 ATR. So since I don't know what time, 7 o'clock this morning, in 3 hours, we've moved an entire day's worth of movement. It's a lot. It's a lot. I would expect this to kind of pull back again. Do I want to sell off of here? Not really. I mean, I guess it's okay. It's not quite there yet. If you wanted to make an argument, you could say, well, wait a second. The 61.8. Yeah, but look, there's a touch here. There's a touch here. It's technically touch number 3. Um, it's a little bit lower quality when it's touch number 3, right? Not as bad as number 4, but number 3 is not really. We like ones. Twos are our favorites, right? Sometimes ones can be good. Twos are awesome. Threes are kind of getting a little, and 4 we have no interest. So we'll see. Just a little bit more push, but it's not, it's not bad. It's not horrible. Uh, yeah, it's fine. It's fine. If you really want to take it at 10:30, if again, you know what? If you get a confirmation, drop it down to 15 minutes. Looking for a color change on that one. Look for a red candle, a green that doesn't come above, and another red. And again, wouldn't be surprised if this one kind of pushes back down again. And again, all it is just the profit taking aspect of it. I don't think it really changes. Again, we're still within kind of the same kind of sideways movement that we talked about yesterday. That we're just kind of basing. We can't break the top or the bottom. We're just basing. And again, 1, 2, 3. We talked about it yesterday. Do we want to take it? I mean, it reversed the 1030. Look, it was 1, 2, and it was hit number three. Okay, it did technically come down and it almost hit it for a four. But same thing. I don't necessarily love the bottom side anymore either. But I would say short. I think it's a decent short on that one. Dollar Swiss. We were looking for a big spike up and then a punch down from yesterday. It didn't. It was a kind of a no deal on it, and all it did was it pushed back lower. So we were really hoping that Powell would say something, and unfortunately, it was Dollar Swiss. It was not enough to derail it from that channel. And we kind of went up, we kind of reloaded it, grabbed it, and then obviously the news this morning. There was your risk level. It went pretty deep. 8 o'clock went pretty deep in there, just for FYI. And then it had a nice punch. There's not really, if you look, there's a couple small little pivots in here, nothing major. If anything, I'm still waiting. And again, the alert is still live. Let this one run. I mean, I'd be cool with this one if it continues to rally. Looking for a break of 89.14. It's on the radar watch list. But nothing, obviously, right now, we're not pulling the trigger. It's only got 35 pips to go, so it's got 4 hours worth of movement to go to break it. So maybe it's a tonight thing. Maybe again, maybe the overseas markets decide that they want to put some more dollar strength in there without the dollar influence. Maybe it tends not to work that way, but maybe we get that with lower volume. Maybe this is a Friday trade. Maybe we come back up and play tomorrow, back and forth here, where we're all eating turkey and pie, and then on Friday morning with that low volume, it's a half day market in the U.S. Maybe that's enough to drive us through. Maybe that's the push we need. We do have U.S. data Friday. Yeah, we have the flash services again. Flash manufacturing expected to show a contraction. What if it's not? I mean, we know durable good orders are in, but PMI is a little bit different. So maybe this stays above, right? Maybe we get enough, right? Pushes us through. Maybe it's a Friday trade, right? Maybe it's a Friday trade coming here. Dollar yen. All right, so dollar yen. We got the pushback. We didn't get as much of a pushback. We were looking for a big pop with yesterday's news, and we did. We got a pop, and it rallied. It pulled back again, and then kind of reset with the European. Once at midnight, it stopped. We didn't get the full. And again, I wouldn't say it's a crazy. If anything, I would say that this is more the Harry Potter trade we're looking for. So, it reversed yesterday. It pulled back down. I don't know how many pips did it pull off of it. It pulled 50 pips. I mean, or 40 pips, 45 pips. So it was a decent pullback. And then you could see what happened this morning. Again, it pulled back down, and what did it do? It used the old level, right? We hit it, we broke it, we came back, we used it, and now it's all the way back up to kind of the old Harry Potter level. And we had this one drawn. We weren't really looking to trade off of this one. This was kind of the old section that we had over here. It was more kind of like we'll leave it and see where it hits. Okay. I would say, if anything, watch out for maybe a little bit higher. Look for a potential reversal. And again, I'm just throwing this up here because it's the 150 mark. There's basing up there. I wouldn't be surprised if this continues to push up and goes for 150 today. It's only 40 pips away, so or 30, 35 pips away. I do think, let's see, we can take this off. Again, nice little Harry Potter trade if you would have caught that one. Again, it pulled down for news. Again, same thing. Broke a level, came back and used it. Broke a level, came back and used it. Let's run and see. Is there one that's more high quality than the next? Not really. Doing anything, so something. That's okay. I think this is probably more. See how the 50 right here? See how we come up and play with this 150? And again, it could be anywhere in here. Again, it's going to act as a magnet. But see how, like, when we come up to just the top side of this 150 level? I think that's probably what we're looking for. And again, you may say, why the heck are you drawing it there? Well, we know 150 is a big psychological level. There's a zone just slightly above it, or I'm sorry, below it. It can punch through. Again, it's going to be a zone around the 150. Um, you know, what we saw before, like for on some of these things, like gold, it goes to 2005. 150 the first time. It was like 150.07. As they punch through, again, this is right now. This is 150.07 is right there. So it does go past the figure. Everybody doesn't put their orders right in at 150. The large guys don't anyway. Um, so again, if it does come up to there, all of a sudden you're seeing this 50% retracement level comes back to an area where there's basing, right? Nice little drop, base, and then nice strong push off. Makes a lot more sense when the price pushes up there. So not really forecasting that that's where we're going to run to, but if it does, it makes a lot of sense for the future. And again, dollar yen, is it a trade for tomorrow? Probably going to be pretty slow. There will be some influence from the yen, but probably not the ideal like best trade. I think stay with euro yen, pound yen tomorrow versus the dollar yen. But again, playing with this 150 Friday, this one may come into context as far as a decent trade. Again, we talked about this one continue to deteriorate to the downside. We were looking for we said, listen, look at all this basing. If we can get something of a pullback, we kind of did, right? It went a little bit higher, came down at base in there, and then kind of pulled back. Didn't really give us a great entry, but we talked about it really kind of being over here. I thought it would be a slower push. When we drew it to 74.30 yesterday, and we're sitting at 74.21. So I was right with kind of where I expected it to go. It did it a lot faster. Is this all? Is everything justified this morning? Not really. I mean, if you think about it too, the unemployment was lower, so more people are working than they thought would be working. So it, you know, it's at an area right now where there are buyers coming in, right? We can actually remove this. It went above the 78, so I'm gonna pull this. Actually, we may be able to pull it in both directions. Let me see. 78 out here. No, it's playing with the 78. You can see it here. Look, see how it's coming right off that 78 level. So I would say, as far as crude goes, we are in an area where we would tend to see some type of a little bit of profit taking, and this is a little bit. I mean, really, I guess the European started it. Yeah, 3 o'clock. Look, there's the European Open right here, right there. So it's been basically straight down. Little tiny hiccup at 7:30, and the news kind of halted it a little bit, but I'd say if anything, maybe a little bit more of a pop. I don't know. I guess the delayed OPEC meeting is what they're. Kip is just screaming his head off in the other room. Selling started with a report by Bloomberg claiming that the Saudis expressed dissatisfaction with other members about their oil production levels. No worry, might reverse its unilateral one. Yeah, it's funny. Hey, we may get rid of our. I guess if they're not doing it's kind of from secretary further to the supply reductions. Yeah, they're trying to reduce supply. See, Saudi's really pissed off that the prices dropped this far. What we talked about earlier. It's on again, off again, on again, off again, on again, off again. So fine. Yeah, we're probably due for a bit of a reversal. Again, Saudi's pissed. I'm like, hey, we'll just get rid of those cuts. We'll add it more. Again, price stabilization. They're not happy with where it is. So, but again, the news is probably in at this point. There are buyers. Again, 786. I don't like it, but it works in oil pretty well. There is a base there. There is a confirmation touch. It is 1030. This is when we tend to see it. European market has been straight down. And again, 1030, you were 7 minutes shy. This is where your reversals come in. We've seen it yesterday on a number of different pairs. And there are buyers here, and we have a 78. So I would not be surprised at this point if we see this for tomorrow. And again, with Thanksgiving weekend, again, with the U.S. out of the market, that tends to kind of put it lower. But I'm assuming a lot of the market has already been put in. I don't know if it continues to collapse. Saudi Arabia is going to be really pissed off. Um, God, if we can get down to here by Saturday or Sunday, they're going to be pretty, pretty miffed at that point. So we'll see. But again, 4.47 or 4.55, 4.5% down is a lot for oil. So I'd be looking for this one to turn and roll back. And there's not a bad position here. I don't know. Maybe if you got a green, red, green, you could take this one long. It's not really Harry Potter with this big green in there. So look for it. Natural gas. So when I drew this, I was like, yeah, it's going to spend some time. Ding, 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 go down. And it did yesterday. We're like, oh, look, it's right there. And what is it doing? Bang, 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 bang. It's even flatter. And we said, this 280 mark is probably going to be a bottom. Like, we're going to have to see something about whether, it's going to be warmer this week. We're going to need some type of a headline for this to go lower. Again, we've had, record production and ample supply, right? So it's hard for this to go any higher. And if the winter, if they start changing the forecast, saying, hey, you know what, maybe it's not going to be as bad as we thought. Yeah, this has the ability to, again, also start moving in the right direction. So yeah, we drew it and we played around and we're like, I was like, all right, how do we not get excessive? But yeah, I mean, it's stuck and we're there and it's still staying there. So, but being up 0.25%, again, it's not really, it's just totally flat. I think the next drop in the hat on this one is down. Gold. There we go. We talked about gold coming down yesterday. And funny enough, look at that. Here was the move yesterday morning. We said, hey, look for it to go down. And what did it do? It rallied back up for the Europeans. And The Europeans were not fooled. It is down. I missed it by a little bit. Look, all right. So we got to see here. I drew this. So at 12, we have to be at 1990. So we're really, really close. I'm close. But as we said yesterday, we have buyers coming in here. We're looking for them to kind of reverse off of this. These are decent buyers, right? You have a green, a red, a green, and then it like launched itself. And then again, the way these wicks are with higher, 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 higher shows that there are buyers sitting in that area. Again, it's 10:30. This is where we tend to see it back in again. Honestly, I think the 1991, and again, it's got to go $1.50 and make me right in an hour. Um, I said 1990 makes a lot more sense. The 2360 is again, we started this program saying that hey, 2000 is a little bit high. Silver is in kind of where more it should be right now with what we're seeing. It was at 2375 ish, and now it's back down at almost 2350. So it's there. It's kind of getting where it needs to be. Again, we're at point 0.3 and point 0.5, so we're close to where it should be versus the almost 1-to-1 ratio. Silver should be double. So again, if you got in early, it's been a good trade. Again, 10 o'clock is when this one really took off. The news really didn't affect it too much, but I think this is the right call. But I do think that we will probably start reversing as we talked about yesterday. So if you were in, if you did get in this one yesterday, um, again, we're hitting that right at that 10:30 time frame. Your 1 to 3 is right there. So regardless of whether you took it here or you took it there, this most recent push is taking you out of the trade. So again, if you took it here or took it here, either one of them, you can see it is now officially out. Um, yeah, it needs to go $1 more. Come on, go $1 more. It's where I drew it. And I said 12, not 10:30, but that's close. That's close. Silver. Again, there's the push down. So we were actually talking about it happening over here. It would be a big punch down and a big punch up again. It didn't go all the way down. It did go, it did it here. It did go up and it did kind of cycle back down again. Again, unfortunately, you didn't get the 24 option today again. It was yesterday at 2 o'clock. Um, we were looking for a bit more of a push, right? We were kind of looking for this to happen here. It did it early. I guess actually, I guess it didn't. 14. Yeah, 9:30 was the bottom. It didn't affect it too much, but it pushed down. And again, same situation. There's buyers down here. Um, Again, not am I surprised it's pulling back? No, no. I mean, we had all these buyers. It's the same drawing. You can see it here. The wicks at the bottom going higher, 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 and also this is a big catapult to the top side. Again, there's buyers there. Should have been your take profit point for today. But again, you're looking for confirmations based off news today. Red, green, red close below. I'll box it off right here for those of you that are not used to seeing it. There's your confirmation. And what did it do? Down, down. 9:30 came up, grabbed it, and all the way down. So, is what it is. Not bad spot, right? Not a bad spot. Let's see this morning if there was much in there. Again, VIX rising a little bit. Dollar taking off, and again, it really 8:30 this morning. It really liked that data. It's like, oh, less people. We're not again. Companies are not laying people off, and you can see we're driving forward. And there's some sellers right here, but the next area it looks like up top. Again, there was sellers right here at 21, and that's what we're playing with right now. If we can clear the 21 level, which again we're fighting is 10:30. If it pulls back, not going to be surprised at all. This is a big rally up from 8 o'clock this morning. The next group of sellers comes in at 104.75. So nice push. We can actually run fibs on this one and see if there's any. Again, this is a little bit different. There's not a warehouse. There is warehouses of dollars, but yeah, you can see kind of the same thing. It's up near the 50. So if it gets front run a little bit, I actually won't be surprised. Again, like I said, 10:30 is a big time. This is a lot of movement straight up. What did we do? 103.60 to 104.20. So 60 cents. It's a big move. Very, very fast off news. So gut reaction higher, you will see a reversal and a push back down again. And again, if it comes back down to here, that's where I'd be looking to take profit. That's where the buyers are going to step in again. But remember, 104, the orange line right here, it's good. Why is it 03? I did not do that. Let's put this here. Tax 104. Put it on the right. Top is fine. We normally do it italic too. There you go. So we know that we're gonna have some issues with the 104. But yeah. So as far as where the dollar is, I wouldn't be surprised if it pulls back again. Let's see what the indices are doing. So indices wise, again, let's see, 9:15. Oh, 9:30 actually shot it higher. Yeah, we were everything was basically straight up this morning, so there wasn't a whole lot in there. This is another one of those examples of kind of a trap. Again, 9:30 spiked it higher, and it looks like the high from yesterday was sitting right there. I would say if anything, ugly trap, not something you really want to be involved in. You can see right now we're exactly where we opened, right? What did it do? It shot higher, and when it spiked, everyone was like, "Oh my god, we're going long today! Look at this, the first, oh, it's huge!" And they all bought it, and they went down. And they all got stopped out, and they're like, "Never mind, short it." And now it pushed right back up again. So we're kind of inside. Overall, I would say my opinion on this one again. Is there an opening print trade? No, no. There was no pullback into an overnight confirmed level. It was just kind of like grind higher, grind higher, grind higher. Is this move justified with the data? No, not really. This was just more or less whipping people out, kind of a whipsaw back and forth to take people out. Again, it's going to be lower volume today. I would expect, if anything, this goes higher. I would say probably more on the green side. Why? Again, there's more people working. That means that the earnings of companies have more of an ability to be positive. So I would expect it to go higher. Is there a great trade setup in here? Nah. Is there going to be sellers coming in up higher? Yeah, probably some people that didn't get into that one. But overall, I think ES could be green today. And again, historically, that's what we see the day before Thanksgiving. Same whip. Again, 9:30, we shot up. We went over the highs from before, right? If we were talking about where those highs were, people were like, "Oh, right there. If it goes above, that's it. Buy it." And yeah, they did. They bought it. And what happened? It immediately, within the first 15 minutes, shot all the way back down again and took everybody out of that trade. So again, also kind of more of a bull trap than anything else. And right now, we're literally sitting right where I mean, here, here's there's the open, that green candle, and we're sitting right above where the open is. So whip ever be up, trap them, shoot it to the downside, take everybody out, have them reverse it and go short, and then come right back up again and whip them out again. So very, very similar. Again, people look at this. This is why, again, support and resistance traders have a hard time with traps. So yeah, hopefully it's nobody I know. But again, overall NQ, yeah, it could be green. And again, remember we're getting into Black Friday sale, so technology typically does well. Looks exactly the same. Look at this, right? Horizontal line. There was your high from yesterday. What happened? 9:30. Let's go. Right? Boom, right above. Everybody that's like, yeah, I'm gonna make some money today. We're going long. It's positive. Whoops. And then they got out. And you know what this one did? It actually pulled back to a level of basing. So you could have actually taken this one long, right? It's not a bad level. It's okay, right? It was a 915 kind of basing beforehand. You would be long. And again, we're looks very, very similar. Opening print, no. Could you have taken for like a 10, 10, 15 reversal long? Yeah, and you'd be out already. Um, that was probably that's the best of all the setups so far, but definitely not going long at the open or when it busted through. Again, this would definitely have caught people today with an easy trap. And again, support and resistance traders. That's got to be careful. And then the Russell. Look at all this drama. And we always know 1800. We've talked about it a million times. We always want to be very, very careful with something like 1800. And you can see, look at this, up, down, 1800, starting at 830, did nothing, 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 nothing. 930 came out, and what did it do? Went all the way up, all the way down. It did close higher, and then, hey, just kidding, boom, all the way back down again, and then spiked all the way back again. Look at all the wicks in this one. Russell is having a field day right now for anybody trying to trade this one. The 930 candle, the open is right here. So I mean, technically, whoops, my bad. Technically, right there, we are above where we opened today. And again, this is the strongest. Again, well, Russell. Again, I think it's great. More people are working than they originally expected. Means people will spend money because when they have jobs, they spend money. Black Friday, we'll hear what the deals are. We've seen the deals. We'll see what the spending is, but overall, the Russell should benefit from that one the most. Um, so yeah, I don't think it's again. I think they all go positive. Maybe people turn really really negative. Remember, by noon today, everybody's going to be trying to get flat because they're not going to hold over Thanksgiving. Maybe all that increased selling helps drive it back down a little bit. But overall, I don't think it's again. I don't think there's any reason. I think fundamentally, those extra 20,000 people working means there's an extra 20,000 people that are not concerned about buying extra Christmas presents. So yeah, we'll see. Again, it's Black Friday. We're going to hear about record profits. Amazon, Apple, I'm sure will come out with something insane. So yeah, so that's it for today, guys. We went a little bit late. Any headlines came out recently? Nah, major tax cuts for growth forecasts are downgraded. Yada yada yada. It is what it is. So again, tomorrow morning there is actually a lot of data in the European session. If you do want to trade the markets, the forex market will be open. You'll be able to trade it. Again, euro yen is a great one to play tomorrow. You can do all the yen-based pairs. Remove the dollar again because it's easy manipulated. You can run Aussie dollar, euro dollar, pound dollar. If you really want to get crazy, I mean, you could really even run the CAD yen tomorrow if you wanted to. Not the worst of positions. But ideally, you're going to want to stay with the euro or the pound. They're going to have the most data in there. And then obviously Friday morning, Again, flash services, it's red, it's big, low volume, so the markets can get absolutely crazy. Much easier to manipulate. I will not be on Friday morning. Um, so that's kind of like my vacation. It's my right, taking it off, but there will be trading. So the next time I'll be back is Monday. Again, over the weekend, Saturday, Sunday, nothing, and then Monday morning we start early with retail sales, home sales, and then obviously retail sales at night. So we'll see. Again, Friday is not a bad day. Just for me, it's a family. We have all the family in, so I spend time with them. Everybody be safe. Everybody have a great weekend. This is a great weekend to do your homework on Sunday night. The reason why is because if you haven't traded for a few days, you want to update your charts. A lot happens, but just be aware again, lower volume, less institutional level manipulation over the next 2 days. But again, you tend to be forced to go up to your 4 hour zones. All right. Let's do the contest really quick. We got 4 people in: Debbie, Will, Ernest, and Neuro. I said everybody's name, so no one is higher. We got the two big blinds in there throwing some weight around to try to see if they can get it. Ernest, I'm shocked you're here today, my friend. I'm shocked. I was like, man, he's got 20 birds in the smoker today. But maybe they're already on. So, and then obviously Debbie and Will and Marina. She's not here today. All right, I'm gonna close this one down in 15 seconds. And then I got to go run on my errands. I got to go to Sam's Club on Wednesday. It's gonna be exciting. I can't wait. But I'm gonna do it before 12. Hopefully there'll be less people there. But it's gonna be insane either way. But I gotta tell you, self checkout is the way. I feel like I'm cheating the system. I hope you guys have that too. Right? I can scan all my own stuff on my phone and pay for it and walk out. I never even have to go through the lines. Awesome. All right, winner of today's drawing is Ernest takes it. You know what? Maybe it's because I said his name twice. Right? Maybe it's because I said his name twice. Right? I feel like that's probably what it is. Here we go. Ernest dropping out of the top here. There's our Thanksgiving 50 as well. Yeah. And I did have it set for 50. Yeah, I did have 50. I thought I did. Maybe it's because I said his name twice. My bad. So, all right, everybody, have a great trading week. Have a great Thanksgiving, spending time with family. Everybody be safe. I'll see you guys back on Monday. Oh, there you go. Oil inventory increased by 87 barrels. So, yeah, Saudi Arabia is going to be pissed. So, all right, take care, guys. I'll see you. Take care.